All right, ladies and gentlemen, good Wednesday morning. Welcome aboard our Max Afterburner lifetime brief. And then once we knock that out, we're going to jump right in over to accelerated retirement. So for all the unwashed masses joining us this morning who are not TGO members, welcome aboard. Man, we've been having a great time. I just closed out my trades, yesterday with third quarter results, 84% return as the market whipped around and was pretty volatile. So we're having a blast, absolutely crushing it. In accelerated retirement, we're going to talk about the psychedelic sector and the explosive growth we're seeing. We led that rally. We got folks in here who have made lifetime changing money on a trade, and we'll dig into that. You didn't miss it, right? Well, what have you done for me lately, Wiz? Well, that starts today, man. Celebrate your financial independence with our most elite membership here at Top Gun Options called Max Afterburner. Hopefully, everybody started today with some gratitude. First of all, you woke up, and if you're watching or listening to me, you got a computer, you have an internet, you have a roof over your head, man, probably some running water. You're blessed. So I'm grateful for our mission. Got up, did my meditation, went to yoga, and here I am. And watching the S&P 500 bounce and recover here is a good thing. All right, so let's go ahead and throttle up and get airborne. Jim uh, joined yesterday afternoon. So there's only two of these memberships left, and then they go back up to 20. They're actually worth more than 20, but I like round numbers. So welcome aboard to Jim, Richard, and Rick. Nathan had to bail for some family issues. He said he's gonna join the next time we open up the door. So sent him my thoughts and prayers for some family issues. So we have two. There are only two seats remain, and we're gonna knock out all of that stuff, what you get and everything like that. Man, this is you have the potential to pay for your lifetime membership in a trade, in a couple trades here at Top Gun Options. So welcome aboard to our current or the most recent lifetime members. Are you next? This was from the last brief. I saved this. Hey, Wiz, I wanted to lock in lifetime. I belong to Hunters, and it used to be called Solo Amazon. Now it's Solo AI with the 10 names we're trading. Just renewed my Hunters in October. Please have support send me the lifetime information. Did great last year. Doubled my retirement account from 110 to 225. Mostly from Amazon, some snipers, boom. Not always in front of the computer to hit those. Thanks for all you do. I mean, folks, when you can help somebody double their account, it just puts a smile on my face. I have a whole. I'll show you some of these, but I have a whole Dropbox folder full of folks like this, man, that we have helped declare their financial independence. Look at these, Dwayne and Brent with Definium. We're going to talk about Definium in a couple seconds here. 1,300% gain. Now remember, folks, if you're new to options, you've never seen returns like that, right? You're used to trading stocks, and folks, stocks are for chumps. Trade the options on the stock, and you can see gains like that. Look, that over $26,000 in a single trade. Brent, 12,000. Let me round up. 12,500% return in Definium. That's about 6 grand, but he also owned a bunch of shares that are up 800%, and that's 20 grand right there in Definium. And so, that's two people at 26 grand just each, which more than pays for a lifetime membership. And then, there you go right here. If you can zoom in, 200, you ready? Look at that right there. $272,000 in Definium. This is from Utah. Call sign Utah. Mark Provo. He was he was an F-18 pilot, Blue Angel, FedEx guy. Had a layover down in Lauderdale. We met for lunch. He wasn't a TGO member yet. I talked to him. I'm like, this is what I do. And he joined, and he pushed a lot of his retirement into the psychedelic sector. 700% gain there. And we haven't started yet with the psychedelic rally. I mean, it started for people like us who knew about this, but here comes the big money, and we'll talk about that with Definium. But folks, when I help somebody make 270 grand, 700%, that's his 401k thing screenshot that he sent me. I love doing this, man. It makes my heart smile. So you didn't get here by accident. This is our inner circle here at Topkin Options. You also get access to private deal flow as a lifetime member. What do I mean by that? A lot of our lifetime members are in a REIT right now called Healing Realty Trust. When we talk about the psychedelic sector, you're not going to be able to go do, a 4 to 6 hour psilocybin journey or ibogaine treatment at your doctor's office, sitting on the examining room table with wax paper and National Geographics from 1972 on the table. There is no infrastructure, so a lot of our members join Healing Realty Trust as investors, and I think we're going to go public next fall. I think Cody said, or something, whatever, 27. I'm also A lot of our investors got into Demorex, which is using noribogaine, right? This is ibogaine. Noribogaine doesn't give you the 14-hour ass kicking. It's just the anti-addictive part of iboga. So people got to invest in Demorex and Dr. Mash. I sent out the recent stuff on her. That's going to go public too, or it's going to get bought up. AbbVie bought a product line from Gilgamesh for $1 billion. Dr. Matt, last time I talked to her, she's like, Wiz, I'm not saying anything other than look at what's going on around us. She's like, I don't want to jinx anything, but so why am I rambling about this? Because that's available to folks in our Max Afterburner Most Elite Squadron. They get access to private deal flow. We just launched two incredible products this year. Solo AI, trading the AI sector. Did you see Bloomfield Energy? Have you, man, to my AI portfolio folks, look at some of these names, man, that are exploding. Look at the S&P 500. A perfect opportunity for some drinking money calls. And also tactical trade alerts. We just launched our tactical trade alert service. Some of you have seen some of our free reports. We're going to look at the psychedelic one here in a couple of minutes. These are one of those reports when I was a managing director of strategy up at a equity options volatility arb firm in the board of trade in Chicago. That was about a $5,000 to $10,000 report. It's stupid cheap to join our tactical trade alert service. But the price of lifetime has gone up every year, and I'm just adding stuff as we go. So the people that got it 5 years ago at $7,500, you're welcome. So celebrate your financial independence, man. Going to give you a 25% discount. What did I say? Midnight, July 4th. I think I said that. Nobody else does this, folks. You won't, because we have some elder statesmen. You can transfer it to an immediate family member. So we have folks who retired and then they made a ton of money and are like, hey, Wiz, can I give this to whoever? And I'm like, absolutely, 100%. I mean, why wouldn't we? One of my business people are like, you should maybe a 50%. I'm like, nah, why? Let's just do it. I mean, there's everything you get. I'm like, that's an eye chart. You get everything we do here at Top Gun Options, access to all my trades. I post. I'll show you what the member area looks like. We got an app on the phone. I'm going to be out flying donors 4th of July. I'll be sitting in the cockpit looking at a trade, blast it out, and go take off. Right. So you can trade from anywhere. I got my E-Trade account on my phone. I got my Max Afterburner account on here, and I'm sending out alerts as we go. And that's the key. Access to everything we do today and in the future. That's obscene. And then obviously all your fellow squadron mates. I get some great intel from our fellow squadron mates, man. I get some trades I didn't even think about or looking at, this is a tight team here. And you get the red team aspect. What do you mean? If you're sitting at home in your robe and your bunny slippers right now, watching the Fed chairman talk and trading by yourself, it's pretty lonely. You convince yourself, oh, that's a great trade. Look at how brilliant I am. Not a TGO. Go post that in our lifetime thread and say, folks, rip this apart. Make it better. Where am I going to lose money? Rip this to shreds. It's called the red team process. So this is just, I love this. I love that we did this. Paul and Karen, This is why we are lifetime members. 150 grand. Absolutely obscene. This is why we are lifetime members. Chuck, Charles, I don't know if you're in here. I was packed. Charles lives up the Jersey Shore. We were just up there. I was stuck with family though. Ran a 250 grand account up to 851. I mean, that's just well, that speaks for itself. But he's a fellow Jersey boy. I never had a doubt. And he's one of our lifetime members. So, and they send in their brokerage statements like, man, look at this. I'm absolutely crushing it. Men lie, trades don't. That is a screenshot as of the market close yesterday of my personal account, 8465, 83.5% return. Go look at the S&P 500 since this time. Oh no, rally. No crap. Look what happens during the oh crap. What do? We absolutely crush it. I don't like down markets because it hurts my fellow Americans. I love down markets because I print money. So I'm kind of bipolar, and so am I. I'm very Gordon Gekko, Jordan Belfort. Screw everybody else. Learn how to trade options. You're my liquidity. And then as whiz, I feel bad. I'm like, man, a rising tides lifts all boats. But look at that, folks. That is a 335% annualized return if this continues. I don't think I'm going to hit my head and turn into an idiot and start sucking for the next 6 months. But halfway through the year, folks, usually, what was last year? 151% return last year. I'm always usually triple digits to high double digits. So even if Blackstone, go chat the top hedge funds in the world and look at their returns. Most hedge funds, if they made 83% in a quarter, they'd shut down for the rest of the year. They're like, we're done. They're used to 10%, 15%. We like making consistent returns in a down market or an up market. Yeah, I do too, and it's consistently around there. So, folks, that's about 110 grand. If you start with a 25 grand account, you could see potentially $109,000 and then go up from there. If you had a 100 grand account, you do the math. But I'm having a blast doing this. And a lot of people end up paying, Wiz already paid for my lifetime membership in a couple weeks to a month. Larry, folks should really think about a lifetime membership. When I joined in 2013, I thought I'd do it for a year or so and move out on my own. He did. Worked for a while, and then he came back. I love it because he missed the intel and the insight and the stuff like that. My point is that I've spent more on an annual membership over the years than a lifetime membership. That's why I came up with it years ago during COVID, right? Hey, what are you doing after the brief? We need to know what you're doing. Made 2.8 million bucks in 3 weeks during the COVID crash. I'm like, you know what? Why don't we just all join a group here? David, I made 35 times my amount I put into the lifetime membership. I want that to sink in. Chad, lifetime membership is worth its weight in gold. Tom, I've been a lifetime member for over 4 years, and I've been involved in the investment space for over 30. This experience has been excellent, and if you're interested in making the move, I highly suggest it. I mean, Patrick, a couple weeks ago, man, with a couple trades, 8,200 bucks. This was he and I were trading that day, doing some sniper shots, 8,200 bucks in a day, folks. Trading our S&P 500 trades. You want to learn how to do that? I can teach you how to do it, period. So we've only gone up. So we're going to party today. The last two people, like it's not, 2024. There you go. The last time we were at this was 2024. The last group of folks that came in at 17.5. Nobody cares that it's, I do these discount things, maybe once a year because they're like, I already paid mine off. Let's get more people in lifetime with. So this is what it's going to go up to if you're not one of the two that reach out to me to finish before. Okay. So one-time investment, folks. There's a $497 annual maintenance fee on your anniversary to help me keep the lights on because this is a disgusting, thing. Prefer the wire, the ACH. We can do a credit card. It's 4%. You're going to eat that fee. I'm not eating that. You're already getting a discount. You can transfer to an immediate family member and all products and services going forward. So I'll go give you the link here. Yeah, I think I said midnight. If in case you need to talk to your significant other or move some stuff around. Um, okay, so let me go give you the link, and then we're going to do some accelerated retirement. Love this. Love, love, love. All right, here's the page. Let me show you the instructions here. This is set up for ACH. Like I said, we will do credit card, but man, you're gonna eat that fee. It's 15.5. I'll round up. It's like here's what you do. Go to that page right now. Review your agreement, the lifetime agreement. It's just your standard lifetime agreement. And then you click the I agree. That means you read and agree to the statement. And then right here, you just do you choose your bank, and it's an automatic ACH. It happens in seconds. And then set up the step three of this is to set up your annual maintenance fee. It's a placeholder today, folks. So it's a $0. It's not a charge. It's just $0. And then next year on July 1st, it's your annual maintenance fee. I do let people, occasionally like donate that to the foundation and stuff like that, but that's the exception, not the rule. So go set that up. All right. So there we are. There's the page. Let me read my briefing thing because I don't look at that 50. I wanted to do 15 minutes and I did 15 minutes. It's almost like I do this for a living. Any questions about the lifetime membership before we start trading? This is what it looks like. This is it's called the ready room, right? The ready room of a fighter squadron is where we hang out and share our intel before we get airborne. 731 members total. The lifetime group has 226 right now. Man, I remember when, I remember when there wasn't anybody in there. So that's our elite Max Afterburner group. You get access to everything, tactical trade alerts. I just posted last night the psychedelic report, which we'll take a look at right now. And the day before that, our Bullish on America report. We'll talk about that too in a couple seconds. There's our solo AI thread. We had a great brief. We looked at SpaceX, Unbalanced Condor, and then the Hunters is if you're in the primary brief and accelerated retirement. This is where we do that. I shot a nice bear call spread yesterday, 30% profit, $700. I think that was about 15 minutes. How many of you would like to make $700 in about 15 minutes? This ain't hard, man. This is not hard at all. But that's what our area looks like. To go look at all the replays, there's the tactical alerts member area. There's accelerated retirement, the primary brief, solo AI. Here's your options weapon school. If you're new to Top Gun options, you have no idea what an option is, that's where you start. Options weapon school, session 1. This is the market, session 9. Here's how we're firing sniper shots to make $700 in 15 minutes. So options weapon school is where you go. For all those who are new to options. Man, we literally have had people walk in off the street like, man, I don't even know, like my Marine buddies can't spell the word options, and in a short amount of time, they're steely-eyed options traders and killers of the market. Okay. Any questions about the lifetime? You can shoot me an email, but only 2. And the 3, Rick, Richard, and Jim, who just joined, they reached out a week ago and I said, hey, we'll do a lifetime brief. So I love the people who reach out, but there are 2 left. Visit TopGunOptions.com. Visit TopGunOptions.com if you have any questions. All right, if there's no more questions, we're going to get airborne. If you want a copy, if you're one of our unwashed masses out on YouTube right now or just in this room, and you want a copy of the reports I'm going to cover right now, you can go to here. go.topgunoptions.com/TTA. That stands for Tactical Trade Alerts. Down here, there is the psychedelic report and the bullish on, or I'm sorry, you get the AI report and the Bullish on America report immediately, and then the psychedelic report's the one that comes to your email in a couple seconds after you sign in. Okay, I think we're good. Lifetime's the way to go, folks. Like I said, I have a Dropbox folder full of case studies of 200 and some lifetime members. Like, man, well, I'm kicking myself. I didn't do it years ago. So don't be the third person that reaches out to me and says, I want to do lifetime. It'll be up at 20, which is fine. We've had people a couple years ago it was up at 20. And yeah, people didn't have a problem with it because they made that back pretty quickly. All right. Going once, going twice. Next two folks, lifetime uh, membership. All right. This is a threat to our bullish on America trades, folks. I even 5 years ago, Wiz, if you took 5 years ago, Wiz, and put them into the future and said, man, the Democrat socialists will be rising in America. Well, no, I would have believed that, right? 5 years ago, Joe Biden was president, so I would have believed anything. This is insane. These people are insane, and they're winning. Why are you ranting about politics, Wiz? Because if or when the Democrats take the House, the last 2 years of Trump's presidency will be an absolute disaster. You might think that anyway. I'm talking about, well, now we're going to impeach him for the fifth time. We're going to drag Elon Musk up for hearings. We're going to dig into Doge. We're going to rip apart his SpaceX contracts. The market will implode. So you got to keep an eye on this stuff, folks. They will, this is going to be bad. So you have got to keep an eye on this stuff. This is a threat. Hopefully, if you're in the tactical trade alerts, you've already read your Bullish on America report because I dig into all this stuff, man. And oh, by the way, oh, that's SpaceX. What else is going on? Ladies and gentlemen, did you not see the Fed chief just talking whatever conference he was at? Um, there's TGO. Let me bring up my tactical trade alerts. Rate hikes, man, we are going to see a rate three. Here we go. There's the most recent Bullish on America report. The CME Fed Watch tool, folks. Ginny, we can talk about the Bullish on America trade in a couple minutes here. So I go through the bullish intel, why we're going to rip, and then here's the bearish. Folks, do you know that the CME Fed Watch is saying 3 rate hikes in the next 12 months? Say it with me. When interest rates are high, stocks will what? Die. When interest rates are low, stocks will grow. So, folks, this is bad. Don't even get me started about Epic Fury and the absolute clown car out of the Trump administration with the Strait of Hormuz and stuff like that. So we're up on a precarious perch here. I drew this the other day. Let's draw it again, man. This is a pennant. So this is a descending pennant, and this won't go on forever. We will either break to the upside or break to the downside. And what potentially could be the catalyst for both? What's the break to the upside or the downside? Well, I'm jumping on a plane tomorrow to fly out to Colorado to do the flyby for the Aspen 4th of July parade behind a B-1 bomber. That's going to be fun. We get a jobs number, folks. Right? Market's closed on Friday, and then we're a half a day tomorrow. I think it's 1 o'clock. The market closes tomorrow. So 172,000 is the forecast number. They're calling for jobs to come in a little light. That would be good. Wait, that's weird, Wiz. No, it isn't weird. We don't want a good jobs number, folks. If we get a good jobs number tomorrow, the market will implode. We had hot inflation last week. Hot inflation, good jobs number. Fed is, hell, we might have 4 interest rates in the next 12 months. So the market doesn't want good jobs numbers tomorrow, folks. Right? You have to think bizarro. You have to think like Wall Street, man. Most people would say, hey, the jobs numbers came in great. Why is the market imploding? Exactly. This is the stuff you're going to learn here at Top Gun Options in our lifetime membership. Look at the S&P 500. We should have bought some drinking money calls right at the open. Man, dang it. That was a quick pullback. Let me just pull our 3-day chart up here. Oh my gosh. Then we're all the way back up to where we closed yesterday. I love the S&P 500. JG, you get in and out? Yeah. Dave, it's easier. I have more fundraisers up in Aspen than I do down here in South Florida, and it's cheaper. I mean, the hangar space down here in South Florida is your firstborn child. But one of the guys who's on the advisory board for our nonprofit owns a massive hangar out in Rifle. Uh, so we have the Aspen Flight Academy Gala in early October, and then the NHL alumni game. I do the flyby for the anthem in Carbondale outside of Aspen in mid-December. So it's a pain in the butt to bring the jet back to Florida from Colorado and then back out to it's unneeded hours on the airplane and my ass. I've I've an hour to an hour and a half ass on an ejection seat nowadays because these aren't airline seats. These are live ejection seats and they're hard. You can't be on a cushion because remember if you're sitting on a cushion and you have to eject, in the blink of an eye, the space in that cushion is compressed and it'll break both your legs and you'll bleed to death. So, long answer to your short question. I'm done bringing it back and forth. It's just easier to leave it out there. Um, okay, so we get a good jobs number. The market's going to implode. So we'll break out to the bottom here. If we get an awful jobs number, we'll probably rally. So that's what we're waiting for up here. And then obviously it's not a joke, Wiz. I don't know if you guys saw the other day. I was on with Harris Faulkner. I'm not some raging partisan, man. I ripped the president apart. What are you doing? What are you doing? These people are liars. All they understand is force, finish the job, dude. You have everything in place, man. I don't want some ground invasion and ground war. It's not what I'm talking about. This ain't Afghanistan with dudes in caves, man. The Iranian people are good people. Take out Karg Island, level it. I mean, they say they control the Strait of Hormuz, and they haven't done anything they signed in the MOU. What are we doing? Why am I rambling about this? Because, ladies and gentlemen, that is a threat to this rally. I mean, here's the headline. I was reading this morning over my cup of coffee. Where is it? Right here. No, right here. Trump briefed on all-out war options in Iran, but opts to stick with talks. The guy, love him or hate him, wants a deal. I'm a deal maker, art of the deal, love deals. Well, you're not negotiating with Manhattan real estate developers. These are radical Islamic terrorists who scream death to America, want nukes to kill all of us. There is no negotiation. Like Harris asked me, like, well, how do confine your enemy? I'm like, you don't. You kill your enemy. That's why they're your enemy. I don't like talking like this, folks. I want peace. I hate war. I at the No Fallen Heroes Foundation, man, I'm going to be receiving these people when they're veterans. The love taps, the naval base in Bahrain, Fifth Fleet. I've been there a bunch of times. A lot of TBIs, folks. A lot of traumatic brain injuries. Man, what are we doing? What are we doing? So, Mr. President, finish the job. If he elects to finish the job, the market is going to care again, right? A wizism you're going to learn here, Top Gun Options, is the market only cares when it cares. Okay? And it doesn't care right now. It cared back here with Epic Fury, and then it was like, hey, he keeps telling us there's a deal. And now we're in the chop up here. So, a lot of potential threats to this rally. All right, what else do we have to talk about before we get to psychedelics? You might feel like we're overextended and this rally's long in the tooth. It's backed by math, man. This is these pullbacks, folks, are Trump induced. This was the tariff war, and that's Epic Fury. If you take out the two Trump induced rallies, we're ripping, right? So, he did what he thought he had to do with these two things, but man, we should be ripping. Why? Because the math is mathing right now. You might feel it's a little rich, but until the rich stops, we're going to go up and to the right. You can't fight the Fed, first of all. If we were playing a drinking, what's her name? Sarah Eisen's like, we got to have a drinking game, no forward guidance. Kevin Warsh during that Fed conference just now was like, by the 10th time he said it, he wasn't joking. He's like, are you dumb? I just told you I'm not going to give you any forward guidance. Or, and because she kept asking about the balance sheet, when are you going to unwind some of your balance sheet? He's like, is this a joke? I already told you, man. So for now, the rally is going to continue until morale improves, right? So yeah, the Trump accounts, man, they're absolutely bullish. All of that is detailed in here, man, under the bullish thing right there, right? There is going to, look at this, folks. Happy 4th of July when I'm doing the flyby. The Trump accounts go live on Saturday the 4th. Folks, that is forced buying of the S&P 500. Morningstar estimates 1.35 trillion. There is a government put under the S&P 500 right now, folks. So go do your bullish on America trades. Jenny, did you get filled? I can go look at them, but I want to talk about psychedelics here. We already talked about that this week. I just posted that in the AI thread. You can read that on your own. Covered this the other day with Nano Nuke, one of our my lotto ticket number in the AI model portfolio. All right. Anything else? Because I really want to dig into our psychedelic brief here. Any other questions? Derek, can you spend a little time on selling the bullish on America trade? You mean closing it? Or selling, this is a debit spread, right? So you buy to open. Are you talking about years in the future, selling it to close? All right, while he's answering that, let me dig into this. Did everybody get this? One more time, if you're not a TGO member, you're just in the public joining us, or you're not in the Tactical Trade Alert service, you can go grab it over here. It'll end up in your inbox after you opt in on this page. I need to update those covers. AI and America covers on this page. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the sector. We've called this. I was early, quote unquote. No, I wasn't. I was right on time, folks. When I came back from the Benzinga Psychedelic Capital Conference in Miami, 2022, beginning of 2022, I told everybody sell the wife and kids, mortgage the house, buy the psychedelic names. It's just insane. Utah listened to me, $275,000. Folks, I left the conference in Miami. I gave a keynote there, and Joe Biden heard me and decided to what? There's January of 2022. He decided to crash the market 25. Do you remember the Joe Biden bear market of 2022? The S&P 500 went down 25% from January to October. And then Jerome Powell had to jump into safe capitalism, and then we started that rally. Okay, so obviously, when I got bullish in the psychedelic names around then, and I did at the time, I called them lotto tickets. I'm like, these are lottery tickets, man. And then obviously, when the market implodes, the first thing people are going to sell are their lottery ticket names. That was fine. But the people who persevered or got into them recently, you're welcome. Here's the report. And for those of you who are new, if you literally just came from the face of the sun or some other planet, obviously I run the No Fallen Heroes Foundation. I celebrated my 5-year anniversary May 20th, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, there they are right there. So, folks, the other day actually was the anniversary of Operation Red Wings. Everybody know who that is? That's Marcus Luttrell, right? Navy SEAL. We're all on our text thread thinking about you. Operation Red Wings, obviously. So I went to Mexico in May of 2021. That's Robert Gallery. He's an All-American at Iowa. Raiders, horrific CTE. Black Rifle Coffee co-founder, Jared Taylor. And then JJ, he's a TGO lifetime member, another Navy SEAL who was a teammate of Marcus. The quick debrief, it saved and changed my life. I had a 40 years of therapy in 14 hours. It wasn't fun. It wasn't recreational. It sucked. Saved and changed my life. Destroyed alcohol, healed childhood trauma. I can't say enough. Go listen to my podcast or whatever. Got home, changed the name of the foundation at the time. It was Top Gun Fighter Foundation. I'm like, nope, no fallen heroes. We're going to go Big Ten. So we've helped hundreds of veterans, first responders, and their family members heal with psychedelic assisted therapy. I've been to Harvard Law School. I've been to Harvard Divinity School. Started a entheogenic church last year called Sacred Warrior Fellowship. We're doing a retreat next weekend down here in South Florida. I've seen this. It works. Investors are now seeing this. Look at Definium. It used to be called MindMed. Ladies and gentlemen, DFTX, you're welcome. Man, this was a $15, $13 stock, at the beginning of the month, $20, and we went as high as almost $50. This is a gift on a pullback. I was waiting for this. If it takes a little bit of a break, we can re-enter, and I'll show you the new trade today. But ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't read your psychedelic report, you're a failure. But folks, this is obscene. We can talk about Compass in a second, but Definium, folks, I told you. They said by sometime in June, we're going to release our phase 3 results from our Emerge. What did they do? They released the phase 3 results from Emerge, and it was disgusting. The reduction in the MADRS score. Folks, do you know how many people experience major depressive disorder or GAD, generalized anxiety disorder? Folks, a single dose of Emerge LSD healing. It's insane. Ram Dass and Timothy O'Leary, right? Nixon called him the most powerful or the most dangerous man in America. He's got to be rolling it. He's not rolling in his grave. He's just smiling right now. He knew, ladies and gentlemen, this is absolutely insane. You can go read all the results of this, but folks, they came out and did a new offering. The stock responded 52% pop in a day, but they got $500 million in new capital. The offering is not dilutive. Why? Because they gave warrants. Where is it? It's written down here. I'm not going to sit here and look at my eye chart because it hurts my eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, the institutional money is jumping in here. 700 million, folks. So they have cash almost forever. And I was in the Oval Office, folks, right? You guys know. I was in it. There I am right there, man. I was in the Oval Office. I took that picture. I was right to the left of the Navy SEALs, to the right of the camera, out of camera view. I'm fine with that. No worries. Marty McCarry, folks, he resigned a couple weeks ago. Why? He doesn't move fast enough on stuff. Go watch the conference of what he said. He's like, these have rolling vouchers. He gave a Monday morning when I got back from DC, folks, the chairman, CMP, whatever they're called, they're in the report. He gave these priority vouchers, meaning the FDA is standing by. When you submit your NDA, your new drug application, give me a day, probably a couple days or whatever. But he said, folks, this will be in a matter of days or weeks, not months or years, to potentially approve new drug applications for these names. So, folks, that's not my words. I was in the Oval Office. I heard him. But, folks, they are ready to approve this stuff. When, not if, these names get approved, Compass is right there, is the furthest advanced psychedelic drug. Comp 360, folks, right here. This is the only psychedelic compound on earth with two. Their first phase 3 trial was obscene. They're like, you know what? We're doing another one, just in case that was a fluke. 2 of them. They have a rolling NDA already under FDA review and a CNPV, Commissioner's National Priority Voucher. I'm not going to dig into all this stuff, folks, because I want to look at the trades. But ladies and gentlemen, do you think that the CEO of Pfizer, sitting in their headquarters full of cash, are going to let some psychedelic company come in and corner the market on this stuff? The answer is no. I also dig into in this report what happened to AbbVie and Gilgamesh, folks. I'm pretty damn sure one of these, and look at a tie down here, folks, with their catalyst. Um, where was that? It's in here as well. They're coming up with their phase three of the BPL 003. And ladies and gentlemen, for people, we're going to take a look at Heal today, folks. This is they have their phase three coming out. Where is it? The phase two. Here it is. Their Embrace. So, ladies and gentlemen, people who have been like helps in the penalty box, it's all of these names that were in the penalty box, folks. When their thing comes up on the flight deck, it rips. So you didn't miss a tie compass yet, or help. You might have missed Definium, but somebody's going to come in and buy it, folks. They are not going to let these companies, Big Pharma is not going to let this happen, right? So you didn't go read the report on help. It's a gift down here. Let's step through them first, though. Let's look at all the other prices. So there's Definium. Let's go to Compass. Okay. Let me open it up to 3 months. I mean, there's, back in April, 6 months. There's Wiz going to the White House. Literally Friday afternoon, sitting on the couch. I never turn off my phone or my laptop. I'm like, long week. I'm decompressing. White House calls. Can you make it up here tomorrow by the 8:30? I'm like, I'll walk. So there's the explosion the Monday after the executive order signing, and the stock almost never has looked back, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome. What an absolute rip. I mean, it was a $5 stock, folks. $5. Told you to buy this name with both hands. Stop. Okay. Well, whatever. I mean, that alone, and the stock is up 144%. This is why when you see our options case studies, you're like, that's impossible. No, it isn't. The stock's up 144%. I think one of my Compass trades was up 700%. That's the options return. So there's Compass. Let's go look at a tie. Nice pop the other day out of a tie. This is a steal at $5. We're gonna go look at a new trade. Finally, help. I think I'm moving this up my list here, man. This was a $4 stock that got up to $7, man. It was $8 a couple months ago, right? So all four of these names are a buy with both hands right now. Okay. Let's go. Compass is the closer alligator to the boat. I get that Definium had it. I think Definium gives more of that gap back, so I'm going to wait a little bit, but let's cover Compass first. Let's go take a look here. I already briefed you that I think this fall, when I'm up at Ole Miss football games or out at the Buffs, Jack's a senior, Keely's a freshman. I'm going to go Jan 27. I think they submit their new drug application. When, let's power of positive thinking, not if the FDA approves that, the stock's going to insanely rip. You see them insanely rip based on the phase three trials. Imagine when it's legal, when the FDA is like, yeah, congrats, new drug application. My God. And let me be clear, folks. I talk about profit with purpose. Every once in a while, some random like, oh, you do this healing people and you're making money off of it. Fuck yeah, I do, man. How do you think I help fund the foundation? But folks, making money is great. Yay, making money. How about making money and potentially helping to save and change the lives of people? Maybe yourself. That's called profit with purpose, man. Don't give me grief. I'd rather be rich and help people than poor and try and help people. So anyway, why am I rambling about this? If you want a Jan 27, hey, I think they're going to get the approval here, then you do a Jan 27 trade. Or you go as far out in time to potentially say, hey, man, I'm long-term bullish on this name. So it's really up to you. Let's look at the options out here. I mean, look at that, folks. I mean, there, look at the upside out to January. Look at this. The 20s. Somebody's like in the 20 strike out to January, man. If you want to trade the ETF, you go jump in the SIL. PSIL. But folks, look at this. Let's go out to Jan 28 and see. The highest strikes you can go is the 27th strike. Looks like a potential spread here at the 2025 strike out to Jan 28. For me, you could do both. Wiz, I'm going to do they get FDA approval, bull call spread or something like that. Buying the 15, selling look at the pricing in these options, folks, at the 20s and the 15. They, these aren't cheap. Why? Because people fully expect Compass, go read the report, to get a new drug approval. Let's look at what this call spread would be priced at. If you buy the 15s and sell in the 20s, I mean, that's pretty good. Risking 115 to make 385 bucks. That's not a bad, it's not a bad call spread. 25 of these, see what that would do. You're risking 2,900 bucks to potentially make close to 10 grand. So on your screen, let me just do one contract for people. You can do however many you want. I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna do an earning. I'm sorry, not an earnings, a FDA approval type of trade out the Jan, but I'm gonna also do synthetic stock, long-term bullish out of the future. So let me just grab screenshots of this so I can send this out as an alert. All right, screenshot of that, and then the metrics of this trade. Go read in the report, folks. It gives you what all the brokerage house, what the houses are saying, like, hey, if they get FDA approval, this is a 50, 60, $70 stock. I mean, I think that's on the low side, man. I'm going to tell you, man, helping people cure generalized anxiety disorder, major depressive disorder is life changing. Big pharma wants what? Customers. They need recurring whatever. So, I mean, God forbid they buy these companies and put them on the shelf or jack up the prices, but I honestly don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to do synthetic stock. Okay. If you wanted to buy, Wiz, I'm going to buy 100 shares. I love what you're saying. I know you do. I'm going to buy 100 shares of Compass. It's 1,300 bucks. All right, let's do 1,000. Wiz, I'm going to buy 1,000 shares. It's 13.5. Okay. I'm going to show you how to use options. We're at 13.43 right now. There is no 13 strike all the way out to January of 2028. So I'm going to do the 12 strike. Right? I'm going to buy a call, right? I'm bullish. Buying one call option equals 100 shares of stock that you're controlling. So when I buy one Jan 28 $12 call, that's 675 bucks. I'm bullish. I can also sell a put and I'm bullish, right? Buying a put, you're bearish. I think something's going to go down. I'm going to buy some puts. Well, somebody has to sell you that put. So you could also sell a $12 put, and that's bullish. This creates a position called synthetic stock, right? Now, I said, if you were buying 1,000 shares, right? If you wanted to buy 1,000 shares of Compass today, what did I say? 13,400 bucks. If you want to control 1,000 shares of Compass out to Jan 28, how much is it? 1,300 bucks. You're welcome. I just saved you 12 grand essentially, or whatever it is. Now you have the same risk, right? If you bought 1,000 shares of Compass right now because you believe in it, it can go to zero. That's the same risk as the options position. This is called synthetic stock. I don't own the shares. I'm using options to do it. But what does Uncle Wiz do? I just talked about an ejection seat. I never go flying without an ejection seat. I'm going to buy what I call a disaster put or a protective put, about 20% under the stock. Let's just say, what is it, 10 bucks? 12, 12, or 8, 7. You guys can play with the disaster put. So the price of this trade went up a little bit, right? It went, well, you need to buy 10, sorry, and not one. Buying 10 of the disaster puts, the price of the trade went up because you're buying the insurance. It's still cheaper than 13,400 bucks, but look at the risk now. It ain't, you're not risking 13,400 bucks. You're risking half of that. So on your screen right now is synthetic stock with a protective put. I'm not done cooking. I'm going to lower my cost basis by selling a front month, July, call against this name. We could sell. Is there a 14 strike? There is a 14 strike. Ladies and gentlemen, I could look at the price of the trade. I'm already decreasing it. I'm going to sell 5. I'm going to sell 5 of next, or was it July 1, 2, July 17, 14 calls against this name. What did I just bring in? About 500 bucks, 450 bucks. See? I've decreased the price of this trade. Now, some of you might be sitting there like, well, Wiz, all those are 10. Why are you only selling 5? Folks, in case between now and July 17th, breaking news, Pfizer has acquired Compass, blah, 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 and the stock rips. If the stock rips and I have 10 contracts here, my profit is capped. If I leave 5 of these calls naked to run, well, let me just show you the metrics here. I have unlimited profit potential. If I sell a full 10 against it, no, I'm bringing in more cash, but I have limited my profits. Do not put a lid on these psychedelic names in the front month. This is called a ratio spread. If you don't understand what I'm saying, you're new, you stumbled off the street, you're on YouTube, join. Go into Options Weapons School, and this is the trade I do right now on this name. So let me grab screenshots of this to send out as an alert. Okay, right there. I'm going to add this to my personal account and my model account because I took profits on all my psychedelic names, significant profits on my psychedelic names, and now they're giving some back. I love it. Nothing. You might be sitting here like, why is it down 5%? That's a gift. It's a gift. People can take profit. I did, right? So this is a trade I would do right now. Any question, and you can, I should have done one contract, but you could go, do a ratio spread like 5, 5, 5, 3, something like that, right? Risking 30, that's the ratio spread that we're talking about. Okay. So I'll fire that one. I'll do that size. And then any questions on this, folks? Synthetic stock with the protective put out to Jan of 2028. I love this name. I would buy it with both hands. A tie, I had some calls. Let me do this. Let's go over to a tie. Oh, I want to talk about help too. What time is it? So let's go out a tie. Love it, Scott. You could do cash secured puts. A tie. Let's go take a look at the report here. The tie remains the highest theoretical upside. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to this, each one of these companies has a different medicine. These are not drugs. Compounds God put on this planet for us to heal are medicines, not drugs. Drugs are made in a lab with a dude in a lab coat with a beaker and profit in mind. Ladies and gentlemen, they're going to be included on the Russell. That's why they popped the other day. They're adding it to the Russell whatever. Okay. HC Wainwright reiterated a buy with a 25% price target after meeting with the management and the BPL 003. This is a 5-MeO DMT product. The phase 3 is active and they're getting added to indexes. It continues to force passive institutional buying into the float. This is the intranasal 5-MeO DMT, folks. I'm not going to read all this stuff, but look at the pricing in here, right? Effective June 29th. That's why you saw that massive pop the other day. So I'm reading all this stuff, folks. You know, there's all your buy and price targets. Um, there it is. All right. Now, I'd still go longer with this one. Let's go. Whoa, look at this, man. As far out in time as you can go, as high of a strike as you can buy. Look at that. That's somebody with some lotto ticket calls right there, folks. How about we just go buy the Jan 28 12 calls? That's a lot of 12,000 of those, ladies and gentlemen. That's somebody saying a tie's going to rip. Okay. These are cheap. 123 bucks, man. Go buy 10 of these. Go however many you want to buy, 50 of these things, man. Now you're seeing why that's what Utah did. He's like, Wiz, I got into Mind Med at $5 and he's looking at $272,000 in profit. Um, so let me just grab a screenshot with one. This is the trade I would do today. I tend not to do uh, options trades on stocks under $10. Why? Because the price of the stock's the option. But in this case, with these type of names that can super rip, I'll do that. So, all right. But let's go look at help. Underserved help. Cybin. And finally, they came out with newer options. Thank you, finally. Let's step it in a little bit. See if there's anything going on. And hell, I mean, Cybin's a little bit more, good run from 4 to 7. I do the same thing with this. I'd be a call buyer. And look at the bid ask down here. 30 cents, 490. Nobody knows how to price these options because again, this you could call this one a little bit of a lottery ticket trade, but say a market maker has to make a market. So I would just start mid-market with this name. Now let's go. The last one is Definium. We did Compass, a tie, help. Definium would be synthetic stock. Okay, so let's go back to Definium, DFTX. Reduce the strikes here. And then let's go out as far in time as we can. This would be synthetic stock. Okay, let's see. Let's go with all strikes here. 20. Yeah. Look at this. All the way out into the future, Jan 28. The highest you can go is a 60 strike, and we're at $44. Oops, sorry. Yeah. All right. So synthetic stock, we're at 45. Is there a 45 strike? There is. So you sell the put, you buy the call at 45. 45 and 45 is 9. What's that? 36 would be the disaster put, buy, put, 36. There's a 35. That's the synthetic stock. And then out to July expiration, there's a lot of premium in a 47 call. Okay. On your screen right now is synthetic stock with a protective put on Definium. This is the trade I would do today. Again, you could do a ratio spread. You could do 10, 10, 10, 5, right? It's up to you. You guys got to size and price whatever you want. I'll show it at the one contract so we can just everybody can do what they do. So now I want to be back in all four names. I wasn't in help for a while, but after doing the report the other day, sitting here, I'm like, I like this name. I love Cybin. Each one of these has been unloved at some point, all four of them, and then now here comes Wall Street. You wouldn't believe the people in my mastermind group, my phone blowing up. The adults are waking up to this sector. Did I do something wrong? Oh, call. Thank you. Measure once. Yeah, flip that to a call, folks. Let me go delete those screenshots. Thank you. I always do that, man, and I know I'm doing it, but yeah, that was dumb. Let me see here. Yep, delete that and delete that. Thank you for the mutual support. Hold on, compass. Let me go look. Compass, 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 and then a tie single call, and then help. Okay. All right. Yes, thank you. Here is the correct trade on your screen. Wiz of Capital Limited. Well, I can't tell you what to do. You got to figure that out. But I'm going to swing for Compass first. I think Definium has a little bit more room to come down. I mean, that's just great froth in that name. That probably going to have some of the air come out of that, and that's fine, man. All right, let me show you if you're new and you want to join Lifetime. Let me send out these alerts. We're in the accelerated brief. So new psychedelic uh, positions. USA tonight, man. Everybody going to watch the game? It's the only time I care about. Psychedelic. Psychedelic. All right, let me add the screenshots. See, this is what, folks, you could be on a plane right now. You can be wherever. I am going to insert these images. Okay, so I insert that one. So you're about to get an alert on your app or on your website that I'm posting these trades. The first couple are Compass. If you're free in here right now, you're clearly not going to get these alerts. So go join. If you're not ready for Lifetime, folks, I can show you how to join Full Throttle to get all the stuff. These are Compass uh, NDA Jan 27 trade and long term bullish sin stock. Okay, so that alert goes out right now. There are the images. You got it, Richard. Richard's one of our new Lifetime members. New psychedelic positions. This is a tie and help at everyone. So add image, that one, and this one, this trade right there. A tie help and I'll add Definium here. A tie help and DFTX right there and right there. Boom. So everybody getting that alert right there. There's my max afterburner alerts that I get. All right. So I went over by 3 minutes, but hopefully everybody got what they needed. Let me see if anybody emailed my phone, but usually when I have an alert set up, maybe somebody got admin notification. Oh, I think we might have one left. I don't know. So here you go, folks. There's the link right now to go get your lifetime. If you, hey Wiz, I love everything you're doing. I'm just not ready for lifetime yet. I just found out about you. I enjoyed the brief today. You can go underneath here in our trade groups. Tactical Trade Alerts is our gateway drug. You can go get access right now to the psychedelic report that I just dropped this morning. And then yesterday I dropped our bullish on America trades right here. How many of you would risk 2,700 bucks today to make 100 grand? How many of you would risk 1,600 bucks today to potentially make 200 grand? I know I would. So that's our bullish on America report. So tactical trade alerts are only 970 a year. You get options weapons school included with that, man. So obviously that's the better deal. But it's our gateway drug. I don't drink anymore. It's 97 bucks a month. That's a crappy bottle of wine. So if you're not ready to join Lifetime, but you want to check out anything we do here, Full Throttle essentially is what I did today. Yesterday and today is Full Throttle primary and the accelerated retirement live trade brief. You can go do Full Throttle. Wiz, I just want your AI sector every Monday at 10 a.m. You know, the 10 names in your AI report and access to those trades right here. That's 197 a month or 1997 a year. So it's a buffet, folks. Go choose your trade group. What do you like? Like the psychedelics and your bullish on America trades, or I like the reports. I like the tactical trade alerts. I like getting a PDF and reading and highlighting and taking notes. Tactical trade alerts. Um, or I like the AI sector. I want to join you every Monday at 10 a.m. for the AI. Or the reason you're in this brief is you do all of them. I mean, folks, that they total out at 6,500 or 7 grand a year anyway. So if you plan on being here for 2 years or more, we have people here that were here in 2010, man. They love the intel, they love the trades. Like Larry said, he's like, did it for a couple of years. The TGO went out on my own and was miserable trading solo. This is a great squadron, folks, to trade with us together. All right, questions, concerns. Keep them to yourself. Smart remarks, especially. Um, I appreciate that, Mitch. I've been with Wiz for the last 5 years. I generate profits every quarter with his trades. Absolutely, man. I appreciate that. Any lifetime membership questions or anything like that? First of all, make sure you're part of our YouTube channel too. I'm simulcasting over there right now, doing a live stream. If you're not I put out Monday, Wednesday, Friday briefs. Monday market outlook, market intel brief, Wednesday today, and then a Friday market wrap up. Won't do one on Friday because the market's closed, and I'll be out in Aspen hiking. But go sign up for our YouTube channel. We have a ton of great content on here. Um, Jenny, did you get filled on your bullish on America trade? Where's the? Let me show you mine positions. Look at the S&P 500, man. You cannot all dips will be bought until further notice. Uh, Man, buy the dip. And you see that I'll teach you how to fire these sniper shots, folks. We move up to round numbers, 7,500, 74.75, 74.50. Look at that. We gap down, bounced right up to a 25 for about 6 minutes. And that candle right there, folks, that was definitely a bull put spread sniper shot. Now we're rolling over a little bit, obviously. No, I have one. Another spread is a problem. Awesome. Dwayne, I appreciate that. $15,000 is a good price. I paid 17.5 for mine a number of years ago and paid for it in the first month. That is fantastic. Dwayne, I remember I have one of your screenshots that says something like that. He's like, man, I joined Lifetime after I figured out I was making about $20,000 a month with you. I definitely remember that one because I'm like, man, that's awesome. Um, so yeah, I'm grabbing your new case study. So there you go, folks. There's Dwayne. He was making about 20. So if you don't pay off your lifetime membership in a couple weeks, if that, or a month, I'm an idiot. I've failed miserably, and I shouldn't be doing this. But man, I am absolutely crushing it. Like I said, 83%. I will upload my brokerage statement to the homepage today. I sit here, I cross out my account number and my home address. But I will upload my brokerage statements today. Men lie, trades don't. I'm not a guy who gives you death by PowerPoint slides, man. I'm in here trading with my own money and showing you how I do it. Okay. Any other questions, concerns about the ways? Dwayne, I was making so much when I first joined that I ended up paying their IRMA tax. You, you're welcome, and I'm sorry. Celia, thank you for saying that. Come on in at whatever level makes sense to you, and eventually you will be a lifetime member. Hell, Richard, where's Richard? Richard joined Tactical Trade Alerts 2 weeks ago and is like, okay, I'm doing lifetime. That's awesome. I love having a brand new Tactical Trade Alert member go right up to our most elite level of service. That makes my heart smile. But Celia's right, folks. It's like The Godfather 3. I pull you back in. Every time you're out, I pull you back in. I don't do death by PowerPoint slides. I don't do any of this stuff, man. I get in here and trade live. Think about it, folks. Trading's a form of combat. Somebody's going to win and somebody's going to get the rear end kicked. Which side do you want to be on? And like I said, last year I think was 151% return. I can't remember the last. I mean, the COVID crash. I wrote a book about it, folks. I think that I forget how many hundreds of percent return I did that year. That was disgusting. I hope we never have a year like that again because it means bad. I make a ton of money, even more money when bad hits. I don't want bad to hit, but if it's going to hit, I'll be richer when bad hits. So, um, now I avoid IRMA by doing most of my trades in my RRAs. That's a great point, man. I absolutely love that. All right, 1111. That is a God number. That's an angel number. It's good stuff. I started with solo, then up to full throttle, and finally moved into lifetime. Never looked back. Scott, great American Scott. Rick, I did. I bought two fighter jets after the COVID crash. I bought two L-39s. Uh, Man, I had my own little squadron, didn't I? That was awesome. That was great. I've grown up since then. So 1111 guys, we got two or one membership left. I think that was somebody filling out the form because I got an alert on my phone. Once we get the next person, it's back up to 20. You can join between now and the 4th of July, but if we get the one or the next two, it's back up to 20. So if you need to shoot, I will allow this. Wiz, I got a maneuver or something like that. You shoot me an email right now, like lock me in, I will count that. But you got to get it done in the next couple days type of thing. So Wiz, W-H-I-Z, at topgunoptions.com. Go buy the psychedelics with both hands, folks. I don't know what to tell you. I can't do anything more than I am right now. What is it, the Hair Club for Men? Not only a member, I'm the president. I'm not only have used these compounds to save and change my life. I've helped veterans, first responders, family members. Knock on wood, we haven't seen a single negative experience. And I want to find them. We have had people who have challenging integrations when they get home because that's on them. If you go back to the same people and things that made you sick, you're going to be in a dogfight and you're going to have to power through it. But with proper preparation in these, for these, we treat these as a combat mission, man. We going and sitting in ceremony ain't, hey, I'm going to Mexico and doing an ibogaine. Let's see where this takes me. Woo-hoo, no, 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 no. We are deadly serious about this. Our July retreat is full at Sacred Warrior Fellowship. I think the next one we're doing is the end of August. So if you'd like to come sit and serve, civilians are welcome here. This is our fellowship, Sacred Warrior Fellowship. We use these compounds as sacraments. It was the most religious experience, spiritual experience of my existence, sitting with these compounds. So guess what? I defended the Constitution for 15 years and the free exercise of religion. Now I'm going to exercise it. So. Richard, I wouldn't doubt it, man. I mean, there are studies with Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. The neuroplasticity of ibogaine, ladies and gentlemen, is obscene. I'm telling you that next morning when I woke up and looked out the window at the Pacific Ocean, Everything was different. Everything changed. And when you go look at Robert Gallery, folks, I mean, this isn't a flattering picture of him because he was down for a day and a half. He's like, "Hey, they don't know you have CTE until you die and they open your grape." He's like, I know I have CTE, but he's like, if this didn't work, Wiz, I was going back to Lake Tahoe and putting a bullet in my head. I had a note written to my wife and my two kids, and he is a different human being. His brain scans are clear, and you know, they discovered penicillin what in the 20s, and it saved millions of lives in World War II. Do you know when they found out how it worked? The 60s. We are here with psychedelics right now. I'm a guy who says it works, and the beakers and the lab coats are trying to do the math and figure out how it works. Oh, you know what? I forgot to give that to you. I haven't looked at one of these lately. Richard, that's exactly what I'm hearing, right? Johns Hop, there's a lot of people trying to look at this. Is this the new one? Where's the Q? That's Q3. Is there a Q? This is the. Does anybody have a new copy of this? Where's the like insights? This is what I want to share with you. This is the psychedelic alpha drug development bullseye. Like the closer you get to the bullseye is the name that's going to be approved. Let me try and find. Whoa, you can see all the publicly traded. On the outside is the name of the medicine: MDMA, LSD, ketamine, ibogaine up here, 5-MeO DMT. And then the closer you get to the bullseye. So this is a good visual. I forgot to share this with you. Uh, so don't leave yet. Where is? Oh, here it is. There we go. Where is it? Down here, ladies and gentlemen. I got to save this because mine's outdated. TGO. Ladies and gentlemen, drum roll. I forgot to give this to you. So look at that. Who's close to the finish line? Definium, Compass, help, ladies and gentlemen, heal us. Atai is up here with the ibogaine. Let me give you the link to this, folks, before you leave. Go grab a cup of coffee and sit here and look at this on your own. Forgot to share this at the beginning. There you go. Everybody go grab this. I'm up here with ibogaine. Oh, look, hey, everybody who invested in Demorex, you're welcome. I expect a nice donation to the foundation when you become a multimillionaire, when Demorex is bought by somebody or we go public. All right, so yeah, go look at that bullseye chart. It's a not. I should have led with that, and my apologies. But that's your radar scope in the psychedelic space. Look at the S&P ripping, baby. Love it. I'm having fun. Everybody having fun? Everybody making money? Hopefully you are. If not, I suck at my job. One more time. There's the link to join. One or two of these left. Richard, Rick, and Jim, welcome aboard. Nathan, whenever the family issues passed, we'd love to have you at Lifetime, buddy. Okay. All right, guys. Head to Aspen tomorrow. I will see you guys. I'll do a Friday market wrap up from Aspen, a little 4th of July message, and then I'll see hopefully two new Lifetime members Monday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern for our solo AI member brief. Okay, join today, man. You're saving 25% or $5,000. Okay, all right, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Fights on. Namaste. God bless. And whiz out. Welcome aboard to our Lifetime members. Cheers.